Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, hotties of the freaking world, and welcome back to another sexy little fun episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and I'm so excited to be back with you all this beautiful Tuesday. You guys, there is a chill in the air. I repeat, there is a chill in the air. I have started doing my end of summer bucket list. I just went to the sunflower fields this weekend on a fun little date activity. Got my photos done, did my thing, frolicked through the flowers, watched the bumblebees buzz around as they also prepare for winter. It was beautiful. It's always so nice getting out into the country where it's just quiet, silent. I used to have a lot of hatred for where I live. I feel like just like core experience of any teenager going through their life is you will always go through a phase where you hate where you live. You could live in the most beautiful place in the entire fucking world. You could be a Nepo baby from New York. You could be living in Malibu on the fucking ocean. You could be in Italy. You could be anywhere. And still, as a teenager, you go through that phase of like, this sucks. I want to run away and I want to escape. It's just a part of life. It's a part of growing up. It is a part of just like that transformational quality of being a teenager and wanting to just like grow your wings and fly because you feel so trapped where you are. But I do think the true healing era of your mid-20s is when you finally realize like, damn, okay, maybe where I'm from isn't so bad. Sure, maybe the townspeople suck, maybe whatever sucks, maybe this sucks, maybe that sucks, but the land, the place, the energy, you will fall back in love with it just because it does have that home-like quality. And I will say the plains of Kansas, seeing the rolling hills, being able to look across the plains for miles of just greenery and see so many different layers of clouds. It really is beautiful. It's undeniably beautiful. And I do think a part of me healed when I finally accepted like, okay, no need to stop running away. Sometimes a part of growing is accepting who you truly are. So it is nice to just get out there and embrace where I'm from. You know what I mean? I know for a fact I won't be here forever. I know I probably won't live in Kansas or Missouri or Kansas City forever. That's for sure. I know I have bigger, better places to travel and live to. I know Northern California is calling my name. But for now, while I'm here, I'm not going to sit and just like let my life slip me by because I want to be somewhere else. I'm going to take advantage of where I am and, enjoy it to the highest potential that it has. Absolutely. So we went to the sunflower fields. We went frolicking. We went to Lawrence since it's close to the fields and we had some time to kill. Walked down Mass Street. I got some blind boxes. I got some new Sunny Angels and Smiskies. I love them. I love a blind box. Gambling, girl gambling, blind boxes. Love it endlessly. Oh my God, and I've been running into a lot of you guys this weekend. I've just been out and about. I was definitely in a hole for a while, for a couple of years, honestly, where I wasn't leaving my house. I was just like work, home, work, home, work, home. But now I'm like, oh my God, girl, we got to get outside. We got to get running around and enjoying our life. And oh my God, I ran into one of you guys, Paige, shout out my girl, when we were getting lunch at Free Stay. She is the cutest little girly ever. Oh my God, we kikied for a second. The one thing I love about all of you guys when I meet you is you're always down to like chat. And you know me, I'm always down to fucking chat, girl. Sit your ass right down next in the booth next to me. Let's have a conversation, So ran into her. She was so cute, but it was such a beautiful little week and weekend. I hope you guys have been enjoying. I still have some things that I need to cross off my bucket list for end of summer. I want to go apple picking. I want to do Renaissance Fair. That's another big one on my to-do list. Mama needs a turkey leg and some mead poured into my mouth ASAP. So maybe next week I'll do that, but slowly but surely I'm just taking advantage of this weather that we have, of the greenery while we have it. So when, winter rolls around, I have zero regrets. The key to enjoying winter and being able to survive it and have hope for the future is having zero regrets from when the weather was good. So if you've been inside all summer, all spring, all soon to be fall, this is your sign. Just get outside. Even if it is just going to your backyard or your front porch on your patio and just like taking a couple deep breaths of fresh air, that is enough for me, and it probably will be enough for your soul. Just get outside and enjoy it while we have it, so you're not holed up inside like, what the fuck did I do? Oh my god, I've been inside for so long. Seriously. But yes, I had a pretty eventful weekend. I also went out. I've been on like a party kick, I'm not gonna lie. Usually like one night every weekend I tend to go out, and later than I probably should be out. The past couple of times me and my coworkers have just been going out, or me and my friends, but this time around my boyfriend's friend was back in town from California, and he wanted to go hit all of his favorite spots in Kansas City, so of course we had to go run around and bounce around. And it's so nice, having been out so many times, that I've made enough friends at all these bars, or like I'm comfortable at these bars, that when I go, it's just like another day in my life, like the bouncer's like, hey girl, I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, I don't even need to check your IDs, just come on in. Like, we be having a key, and it's so nice to kind of get in that flow state where you feel comfortable, the people, you get to chit chat a little bit. It's more of like a little social hour, and I've really been enjoying that recently. Who knows how long that'll last, because I'll tell you what, I am not a party girl in the winter. If I have to wear traction boots and a 30-pound coat to hit the club, I fear I'd rather just be inside. You know what I mean? So like I said, getting out as much as I can, enjoying the weather, enjoying the end of summer sweetness. I also just posted a photo on Instagram of just like a conglomerate of what I have been up to this summer. Just a lot of fun aesthetic photos. Of course, some sunflower photos, things like that. Some last minute summer bikini photos. So if you want to check those out, you can see them at Hannah Marlene on Instagram. I'm also posting my hair tutorial, my much requested curly hair tutorial on Instagram. It's much easier than you ever could have imagined, but that's been a big request from you guys. And more recipes, of course. You guys, I get a lot of questions that are like, how do I start posting on social media? How do I start posting on social media? How do I start posting on social media? And a lot of it, I think, is coming from the perspective of like, I need big numbers. I need this video to hit. I need this to get a million, quadrillion fucking likes. Like, I need, the attention. And recently on my social media journey, I've been doing social media for a long time. Genuinely, if I'm looking back on it, I think a good solid 5 years I've been doing social media for like a job, like for fun, of course, but also like for a job on the side, serving or in school, whatever it was, still doing it on the side. I knew how to do it at the beginning, where it was just like, I'm doing this for fun. I'm posting for fun. I'm doing things that interest me. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm doing this for myself. I'm posting for myself. And then it got kind of hazy, and I got lost in the grind of it all. And I started being like, well, what do other people want from me? Like, grasping at straws. Like, I need to prove myself. How do I get numbers? How do I get this? How do I get that? And it kind of put me in a hole where I didn't enjoy it for a while. This podcast is one thing, because hello, always will enjoy this. But things like TikTok or Instagram or Reels, anything like that, where it's maybe short form or photo content, I kind of lost the love of it all, because I started focusing too much on the numbers. The numbers don't matter. If you want to post on social media, if you have a small business, if you have, you want to do your thing, you want to be an influencer, you want to do whatever, I don't care. I don't judge. Everybody has passions. Everybody has dreams. If you want to accomplish it, do not look at the numbers. I got in a hole on Instagram where I was so worried about numbers, because I had just hit like 100K, and that was like a big goal of mine for a long time. I was like, I want to hit 100K. That's like my dream of just like, I just want to work towards it. You got to have goals. You got to have things that you want to accomplish. And so I finally hit it, but then I just hit 100K and I got so nervous because I was like, well, I don't want to post anything and have people unfollow me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm so worried about dropping below it. And then I realized, holy shit, I am holding myself back so much. And honestly, I probably need to clear out a couple of like a few hundred people, a few hundred followers, because I'm sure they're just like either bots or just men. We don't want you here. I'm so sorry. Actually, I will say there has been a influx of straight men listening to this podcast, and you're welcome here. Okay. If you are a straight man listening to this podcast, it's probably not with malice or evil in your heart. It's probably with just like genuine curiosity and desire to just like girl it out. And I respect that. You know what I mean? Like, me and my boyfriend love to have a little key. My boyfriend's friends love hanging around me because men want to have a key. Men want to chit chat and like talk about their girlfriends or talk about like what they're going on in their life. And so I'm happy to have you here, absolutely. But on Instagram, the evilest of men do live there. And so sometimes you got to clear it out. Sometimes you got to not focus on numbers and you just got to post. You just got to post and post and post and post and post your little heart out and enjoy every second of it. Put content out that you enjoy. And yeah, you know what? I did lose some followers. I don't give a fuck. This is my life. You're on my Instagram page. This phone is too goddamn expensive for me to care. But I have been starting to share more of myself recently over there. And it has felt so freeing and enjoyable because I do have such a passion for just like living and sharing and creating. Like, I love editing videos. I love being in an editing hole is what my boyfriend calls it, where I'm just locked in on like a cooking reel or like a hair tutorial video or even a YouTube video for like hours. I'm not even kidding. Sometimes 8+ hours. It's so nice to be in that flow state and just be so passionate about something. So if you can find that, or you feel that passion deep in your soul and you haven't taken that next step, just do it. Just do it. Just go for it. You have nothing holding you back. If you're afraid of what people think, block them. Get rid of them. Like I said, this is my phone. This is my page. You do not control what I do. I control what I do, period. I mean, don't be evil, but like, if you just want to post fun videos or share things that you're making or share things that you're interested in, whether it's video games or content creation, movies, creating, do it, please. I'm begging you. It could be life-changing. You can make the best of best connections. Who knows what could come out of it, but I guarantee it's going to be something positive, not something negative. And first of all, if people are going to judge you on social media, the life that they're living inside of their head is so deep, dark, and scary that of course they're judging everybody else around them. Why would you let that get to you when you know they're living in hell already? You know, hell is initially going to hate heaven when they see it. So live your life. Don't let them get to you. Don't even think about the perception. The only perception you should ever think about is yourself. Okay, rant aside, because I remember I had that conversation on Patreon a couple times and I figured I wanted to touch on it here as well with you guys. But yeah, that's all I've really been up to. Just enjoying life, getting out, running around in the fields. Oh my God, I had my first horseback riding lesson. I had my first horseback riding lesson. Everybody was so excited for me. I had a great time. My trainer is amazing. She threw me right up on that fucking horse. I got right on that horse. I mean, after, you know, like learning how to saddle up, learning how to brush, learning how to pick their hooves, like we did it all. And these horses are so sweet, so kind. I think they're used to working with children, so that made me feel a little bit better because children are unpredictable. So these horses are like, they're ready for anything. You know what I mean? Of course, you still have to respect them, but it's taught me a little bit more about like working with something. I haven't challenged myself in a way like this for a long time, and it's really sparked a new passion in my life because I feel like I got such in the adult hole of work, home, cook dinner, sleep, work, home, cook dinner, sleep, work, home, cook dinner, sleep. And my God, is that fucking mundane. We as adults, our lives get really boring when we stop challenging ourselves. The reason our like teens and high school and college career go by so fucking quickly is because we are doing so many new things all the time. And sure, it's hard. It could be frustrating. It could be, you know, a little tiresome, but it creates a fruitful and exciting life, a life that is meant worth living. And then, you know, we get kind of caught up in the rat race of it all and we forget about like the challenges that really do bring new perspective and new understanding of self. And so I challenge you guys guys to get out there and try something new. If you feel like life's been boring lately or life's been mundane, or, you know, maybe there's one thing you've always wanted to do, but you're like, haha, I can't be that girl. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. My parents grew up on farms. My parents grew up around horses. My parents grew up around all that stuff, and they decided it wasn't for them, so they moved us to the suburbs. So I didn't really grow up like on a farm or around animals like that. Of course, like my extended family, absolutely. And I grew up in a city where it was still very, very small, where like farm country and all that was very close. Like there were horses on a farm like right next to my house, of course, but I wasn't aware of what it was like. But it was something in the back of my head that I always wanted to do. And I'm so glad that I decided to say, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to go do it. I'm getting it done. I'm going to go try. If I don't like it, at least I tried, and now I know for my own peace of mind instead of sitting here and wondering. But I loved it, you guys. You will always surprise yourself if you challenge yourself how much you actually might like it. So now I'm like, what other challenges can I add to my life? What other things can I do? I think I want to do silversmithing. That's big on my list. I want to learn how to make jewelry because my grandmother did it, and I never got to meet her, or my great grandmother. And so I kind of want to be, you know, able to carry that tradition along with me. And also I want to get in the gym. That's a big goal of mine this winter. I need to get in a good gym routine so then I am able to just like feel more comfortably fit, be able to also horseback ride easier, because holy shit, are you engaging not only every single ounce of your brain, but also every single muscle you have. So that, oh, and also I'm getting my belly button pierced this week. You guys, crazy. What am I going through? I don't know what transformational phase I'm going through, but I'm doing it all. Fuck it. We only have one life to live. Truly not going to let myself hold me back. And I sure as hell am not going to let anybody else hold me back. But yes, I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry about this long rant. I know I apologized last week and you guys were like, no, I love the rants. So hopefully you were able to take something from that. But enough of me. Let's get into everything that you guys have on your minds. Ooh, okay. I guess we are moving on to the fall era. Someone asked, what's your favorite thing to look forward to in fall? How do you ring in the cozy vibes? Okay, wait, when's the fall equinox? I need to look it up. Okay, fall equinox is Monday, September 22nd. So we do have some time, but as we head that direction, I do have a lot of things on my checklist that I need to do just to kind of set myself up for success for the fall. So to ring in the cozy vibes, I am big on this, especially spring and fall. These are the two times that I really, really do this. And maybe I'll vlog it for YouTube. I kind of stopped. I kind of fell off the YouTube wagon. I'm so sorry to my YouTube girlies. I'll be back. Don't worry. I think I'm going to vlog my belly button piercing excursion. But one big, big thing that I do is I purge my house specifically. I purge everything. I go through every closet. I go through every corner, every crevice. I look at everything. I pick up and I hold and I touch everything in my house. And I ask myself, is this something I need around me? Because my God, I'm a maximalist, sure. But sometimes I have a habit of just like collecting and not getting rid of old things. And we got to create space. You know what I mean? We got to make space for some newness. And also there's nothing better than a clean house going into fall and winter, because you can't purge in the winter, girl. There's 8 feet of snow outside. How are you going to load all that stuff up in your car to take to Goodwill? I don't have 4-wheel traction. That is not going to work. So do it in the fall when the weather's still cool. So when you're moving things out of your house, you're not like overheating and sweating. And also it's easier to get there, to get rid of. And then in the winter, you are set up for success with a beautiful, clean house. I don't know what it is about me being an adult, but I be cleaning. I be deep cleaning. I understand why my mom was so pissed at me all the time when I was like, no, my room's clean and it's like trashed. I understand now, because that girl would wake up 8 a.m. sharp, U2 tour album blasting on the fucking speakers downstairs. Oh my God, deep cleaning all day. I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I'm like, there's more to life to cleaning. But now I'm like, if I'm in a dirty house, it actually makes me want to rip my skin off. So, you know, I love a deep clean, especially on the equinox. I think it really just sets a perfect vibe. Ooh, it's on a Monday. Sunday. Oh, amazing. Maybe I'll do a Sunday deep clean going into the equinox. And then a little equinox celebration you can do, or even a little fall celebration, is I love a simmer pot. I do. I love a simmer pot. Maybe I'll do that for a YouTube video just to show you. It's very simple. You get a pot of water, you put it on your stove, and you add as many different things like smell goods or, herbs that you want to use either in a spiritual sense or even in just like an aesthetic sense of, I want my house to smell like apples, or I want my house to smell like lemon and lavender, any conglomeration of things. But in the fall, I love cinnamon, I love sage, I love apples, I love oranges. And you keep the pot on low on your stove as you're deep cleaning and just let it simmer. It makes your house smell amazing. I think it just sets it up for some great energy, for some great vibes. And as the water, boils out, you just add more, add more, add more. Of course, all the fall activities, apple picking. I go to an apple cidery and we get apple donuts. I go pumpkin picking, all the cooking. I'm literally sitting down to cook my family. This is the first time I've ever cooked my family a full meal. I mean, in high school I cooked a lot, but it was like, okay, here's your chicken breast and boiled vegetables. Yeah. Gross. Anyways, now that I'm an adult and I have adult money and I enjoy cooking and I do it for a profession, basically, I am slow smoking ribs all day. I'm making potato salad. I'm making homemade baked beans. I'm making fresh roasted veggies. Let's get into it. So that will be super fun. But I love all the cooking in the fall, all the fall recipes, pumpkin spice syrup for my coffee every morning. Speaking of coffee, I've been in a big drip coffee era. I have been drinking lattes every single morning, a couple times a day, for the past 4 years. And finally, I'm back in my drip coffee era. It's chilly enough that I'm ready for some hot coffee. Speaking of, I was like, where the fuck is my coffee? So I've been big into drip coffee recently, especially in the fall. Drip coffee, black coffee with a splash of homemade pumpkin syrup spice. It is the best thing ever, especially in the fall. I'm going to make a recipe for you guys on Instagram at Hannah Marlene if you're interested. Share it with you all there so you can have a taste of fall with you as well. But yeah, I think a lot about the seasons is just paying attention to the little things that bring you joy, the little things that, make up the season. Yes, I will be that white girl in those knee-high fucking boots and suede hat walking down the orange tree lined road. Country roads take me home. Yes, absolutely. I will be that white girl this fall. So if you want to join me, I'll probably be posting some vlogs, some YouTube videos, some things on Instagram, so follow me there. But yeah, it's all about the little things. Deep cleaning, purging so you have space to enjoy, decorating for all of the seasons, of course, getting some good scents going, some smell good, some yummy food, and just trying to get outside as much as possible. Is it weird to not yearn for a relationship after usually always doing so? No, I think it means you're healed. I think this is a very, very good sign. I've had friends go through situations like this where it's like they grew up and they were always in a relationship. First grade, hello. Oh my God, no. 8th grade, first love relationship, freshman year to sophomore year, senior year, freshman year of college to senior year, always in a relationship. And they finally find themselves out of one and they're like, I'm burnt out. I have no more to give and I need to give to myself. I see this a lot and I do think it is a positive. So don't worry about that. I don't think it's like you're giving up. I think it's more so like you feel more comfortable with yourself that you don't need to supplement from elsewhere. You don't need to, be in these surface level relationships or force yourself into another relationship to feel love because you're already creating for that for yourself. You're already creating that love inside of yourself. You're holding yourself to higher standards as well as holding other people to higher standards, and maybe they're just not meeting them and you're okay with that. It's okay if people don't meet standards, you know what I mean? I don't think that's something you need to be upset over. I think it is just like a matter of fact that you're growing up, you're feeling more stable in yourself, and you're not going to settle. And I do think that is really, really beautiful. And I think it's a great next step. I think it'll also probably set you up for success in your next relationship where it's like, I am okay being alone because I give myself everything. So if somebody else comes into my life, it better be really fucking special. Like, your partner in general should make your life better. Your partner should make your life easier. Your partner should make your life more simple, more straightforward. They should provide a safe and calm, relaxing environment. They should provide peace and stability and just overall success in your life. And, you know, if you have that for yourself, they better provide it tenfold in your next relationship. So no, I don't think it's weird. I do think it is a sign of growth. So cheers to that. Go to period snack / craving. You guys, I'm about to start my period, so trust me, I am locked in on this one. I felt the pang this morning of think about my period when it starts. TMI, but you're welcome. I'm sure we all go through this. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to shit my pants. Oh my God, I'm going to poop my pants. What is going on? No, you're not, girl. You actually don't have to do that at all. It actually is just the period cramps. And my before period cramps are worse than any cramps I get on my period. It's like a full day of just like my body prepping and then releasing. But my God, period cramps are the fucking worst. I literally thought to myself this morning, I'm like, I think it would be less painful if I put my fist inside of myself, grabbed my uterus and ripped it out with my nails. I think it would genuinely be less painful to do that than to go through period cramps. So once again, if you're a straight man listening to this, go buy your girl flowers, go buy her coffee, go take her out on a beautiful date. If she doesn't want to go on a date because she's on her period and is freaking out, you know what? Order her favorite food in, put on her favorite movie, leave her alone, maybe feed her a gummy if she's feeling it. But you need to be on your hands and knees thanking her for what she's going through, because my God, it's awful. So of course, to just make the process easier on myself, I do love my food. I love my food. Food is meant to be enjoyed and celebrated and shared. I think food is beautiful, especially some sour gummy snakes. I love the twin snakes. You know the twin snakes where it's like one sour, one sweet, and they're stuck together? That is my all-time favorite. I mean, gummy in general, but especially on my period, that is my go-to snack. Twin gummy snakes. Any sort of gummy, I love a gummy. I don't crave a lot of things on my period, but I do crave gummy snakes, especially at like 2 a.m. I remember one time I was having a mental breakdown and I told my boyfriend, I was like, I need this right fucking now or I'm gonna fucking lose myself. I'm gonna, you know, sometimes you enter that zone where you're like, I have one thing that will make me happy and that's it. And he's so sweet. He DoorDashed it immediately. Love it. Love a man who listens. But that, and then a Five Guys burger, specifically the Five Guys patty melts, where it's basically just a grilled cheese and they stuff it full of as many patties as you could possibly want, as many sauces, as many vegetables, and a large Cajun fry. Facing that on my period truly heals me. I really think it does. And yeah, Five Guys is expensive or whatever, but it's the best burger. It's the best burger. I mean, sure, you can go to like a little diner burger place. Fantastic. Not on my period. I want a down, dirty, slutty, nasty ass, dripping wet burger. As much meat as I can possibly fit into my mouth. I'm not even kidding. But those are the two things that I'm like on my period. Yeah. Yep. I will always be purchasing those things. Oh, you thought I was going to sit up here and give you healthy options? No, babe. No, babe. That, and then also I think a really great ritual that was taught to me actually by Sai Swoon. I love Sai Swoon endlessly. She talks a lot about having like 3-hour-long breakfasts where it's like, you sit down, you're doing your work or whatever at the table, but you have like a grapefruit, eggs, toast, like bacon, as much just like little things, and you snack and just sip coffee for 3 hours. I highly recommend doing that on your period. Absolutely. If you can go to a little diner with your friends, it's fantastic. If you can create that for yourself at home, especially on like a weekend, maybe a Sunday morning, where you just sit down and you snack, you have a little cantaloupe, you have a little boiled egg, you have a little pancake, just like little things here and there where you're snacking for like 3 hours in the morning. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so good. And I think it's just a great ritual to just like feed your body, nourish your soul, slow down, relax, focus on regroup and regrowth, which is the exact same phase your body's in. I think it's a beautiful way to kind of celebrate that and ritualize it. Can you talk about evil eye and how you protect yourself from it? Illy Queen. So, I mean, I will say evil eye is very real. Evil in general is very real. Some people can see evil eye through hatred, jealousy, any sort of just like angry or upset emotion that people take from themselves and place on you. I think sometimes we see it in a passive aggressive sense where people will compliment you when in reality they want to kind of like put you down. So they do it in a passive aggressive way. Sometimes they'll say it straight up to your face. Sometimes it's a look. Sometimes it's an energy. Sometimes it's a sleight of hand. Either way, I do think I have a pretty good sense of protecting myself from it. And I do think the number one way to protect yourself from evil eye is to stand your ground in positivity. Stand your ground in positivity. Because the whole idea of evil eye is they're trying to place their, upset nature from themselves onto you. They want your mood to turn negative. They want you to take on bad fortune. They want you to take on just evil and hatred. They want to drag you to the depths of hell with them. I say that a lot, where it's just like some people are evil and they want you to feel that way too because they're miserable, and so they want everybody else around them to be miserable. So the number one way to just ward off evil eye is to stand your ground in positivity, to stand strong in yourself, to understand, no, this is who I am and I love myself no matter what you might think. I know I'm a positive person. I know I enjoy life around me. Like, sorry, you're miserable, but I refuse to be. I think that's the number one way to ward it off. So when that passive aggressive comment slaps you across the face, you can just be like, that's a weird thing to say out loud. You can just quickly clock their tea and move on. Or if it's like, damn, they really went off on me there. It's like, that sucks for them. They must really hate their life because I didn't do nothing. It's things like that where it's kind of just, it is a force field in a sense where if you stand your ground in positive energy, not a lot can get in that bubble. Negativity will have no room to stand in such a positive aura. And I think the way I was able to generate that so strongly within myself is, I went through a very negative phase and I realized how much it really did me so little and how much a lot of it was self-inflicted. So I was able to see the other perspective. I was able to understand where they're coming from and know that it has nothing to do with me. If I was an evil person and someone was calling me out for it, absolutely. If I was ugly and smelled and someone called me out for it, I get it. But I know that's not based in reality. And I know a lot of that negative energy, a lot of that evil eye is coming from that insecurity inside themselves or negativity that they've created inside themselves that they want other people to feel because they hate themselves. So why wouldn't you hate yourself? It's like that weird downward spiral. It really is. And it's hard to break out of. So if you were able to break out of it, props to you. I'm proud of you. I think everybody should be able to. But the way I was able to break out of it was realizing that did nothing for me. Okay. Being negative does nothing for me. It really doesn't. It doesn't get me anywhere. Doesn't get me ahead of those other people. Doesn't make me prettier. Doesn't make me smarter. Doesn't make me more well-rounded as an individual. It just makes me a shell of a human being. So having that realization, knowing where it's coming from, and then putting time and effort into myself. And not like I need to transform myself into the baddest person that I know. I need to be the hottest, sexiest, amazing person ever. Like, no, not in a facetious way. Definitely more so in I want to feel strong and confident in who I am. Strip away everything. Who am I? Strip away all the clothes, money, any sort of aesthetics that you have. Who are you? How would you describe that? If you come up blank, we need to get to work, babe. What are your hobbies? What drives you? What provides you inspiration? It doesn't have to be some big, amazing grandeur answer. It could be, hey, that coffee in the morning really drives me. Or, I really, really love the smell of a fresh honey crisp apple sliced up in the afternoon. I really, really enjoy the aesthetics or understanding of a certain color. It could be so very simple, but the more you know about yourself, the more you understand what you like, and the more you seek it out inside yourself, the stronger your personality become, the stronger understanding you'll have in yourself. Also, through challenging yourself, picking up new hobbies, trying new things, putting yourself out there. It just creates such a trust and understanding in yourself that is truly literally unbreakable, unshakable. I know some people talk about like warding off through different spells or, egg cleanses. Sometimes I get a little crazy and I do have to do some rituals. But also when I was younger, I don't talk about this a lot, but when I was younger, one of my first tattoos ever, actually my first real tattoo, yes, is a giant like protection eye on the back of my neck. It's massive. It's probably like this big. I don't know why I got it that big. I do love it. I'm not going to lie. I wish I maybe would have gotten it smaller, but I love the message of it all where, I always wanted a protection tattoo. I always wanted something that, was looking out for me. And my friend was like, put it on the back of your neck. So then something is always, watching out for you. Something is always watching your back. Even if you have your back turned, something is always looking out for you. Because I always had that innate feeling of there is something always protecting me. There is something always looking out for me, whether it's myself or a higher power, a higher being. I do believe the universe operates in a way that always is lifting me up. And I believe it's also lifting you up as well. And I wanted to commemorate that and just have something to take along with me. So yeah, I have a giant evil eye or like protection eye tattoo on the back of my neck. And I'm sure some people are like, no, you can't get that. Listen, we all have different rituals. We all have different ways that we approach life, and it is what it is. But I do think that is a big kind of like sigil I carry with me that does also do a lot of protection. And I'm thankful for younger Hannah of having that beautiful artistic idea and being able to carry that along with me. But I know some people wear evil eye pendants, bracelets, whatever it is. Maybe even just like certain crystals call out to you and you want to carry that with you. Some sort of protection. I love an opal stone. I always have some opal or gold on me because I do feel like that is like protection material. But whatever calls to you, I think is very important and you should incorporate. But most importantly, stand strong in your positivity, stand strong in yourself and your beliefs and understanding of who you are. And nobody, no matter how ugly or mean or evil or negative, will ever be able to shake that, ever. Actually, can we talk about the evilest person I've met in quite a long time? She was my old boss at my job, and she was a manager, and I'm not going to be mean, but she was evil. And literally, like, I'm talking from the depths of hell, plucked out, crawled her way out as if she was like a fucking demon, gremlin demon, crawled her way out, like literally to create people's lives in a more negative sense and to make them harder and more awful and horrible. And I think she actually taught me a huge lesson. So I am thankful for her in that sort of sense, because when I met her, I thought I was pretty stable in this idea of like positivity and who I am. And then I met her and the passive aggressive comments, the demeaning behavior, the overall negativity. I'm talking every single shift I worked with her, I was in the walk-in freezer crying. Every single shift, whether it was her being like, you're not doing your best, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. I just let it get to me so much because she also approached it in a sense of like, no, but we're best friends, so I should tell everything to you and you should tell everything to me, but also anything you tell to me, I'm going to make fun of you about. It was like very evil demon hours. And I had a hard time grasping with that because I do find myself lucky to approach very genuine people and not be around that energy very often. And if I was, it was like a very, casual sense of like, okay, we're in line getting salads. Why are you pressed, lady? Or like, a one-off situation. It wasn't like every shift I worked, I was around that person. It took me a long time to realize like, I don't owe her anything. You know what I mean? If I speak to her or I talk to her and she flips it around and turns it negative on me, honestly, like I need to withdraw and preserve my energy and keep it very, very close to me. So then, I'm not dealing with so much conflict in my life. Or if she did like come after me or try and like, make fun of me, demean me, talk down to me, I always would clock it with, what a weird thing to say out loud, or I really just don't feel that way, or I'm so sorry you're struggling. Like, like genuine understanding and answers, but also like I am projecting that back to you. Like I am warding off what you're saying with my response, like I am turning that around back on you, because a lot of these like evil people, narcissistic people, people who want to put you down, make your life worse, feed off of you going down with them. So do not give them that power. Do not give them that energy. And it was a big lesson. It took me a long time to learn, and I'm so glad I learned it. But oh my God, she got fired. And the other day, I was at the restaurant visiting, and she showed up. I turned around and she was there, and I actually went like I saw a ghost. I was like, what the fuck did I? Well, who the fuck is here right now? Oh my God, that was so scary. Like, what the hell? Who let her in? But it really taught me, because she was talking about where she is in life, and I stood and I listened, because I'm not evil. I'm not gonna be like, fuck off, bitch, even though in my heart maybe that's how I feel. But I realized, like, oh my God, she is just as miserable and tired and sad as she was before, and I have grown so much. So I'm so thankful for that lesson she taught me, and how I was able to approach life afterwards, and how much positivity I instilled in myself throughout that transformation, because I saw that she did zero work and she was more miserable than ever, and I had done 10 times, 100 times the work, and I was so much happier. And I was like, damn, positivity always wins. It really does. Positivity, goodness of your heart, love, it will always win. If you're going to feed into any emotion, let it be that. It'll set you up for success. Me and my roommate are having friendship issues. Advice? Honestly, I think with any sort of relationship that you have, whether it's like a lover's relationship, roommates, friends, casual, whatever it may be, I think relationship burnout is a thing. And I hate that the idea of cutting people off has become so prevalent, because it really has, I think it's really surface leveled our relationships, where it's like, if you're not on your best behavior and giving everything to somebody, then you're nothing to them, and they're just going to cut you off and get rid of you. And I think that's awful, because some relationships, the ones that are like worthwhile and last a long time, I mean, my friendships, my long-term friendships, are people I have known since literally I'm in the womb. We've had fights. We've literally fist fought. Like, we have gone through phases where sometimes we don't get along, but I'm so glad we took time to work through those things, understand each other, take some space, so we were able to continue this relationship forward. I mean, I understand when some people, it's like, you fucked me over big time and I just don't trust you. Valid. But if you just feel like the vibes are off, or like, we're just having more tiffs than usual, I don't think it is like always something you need to get rid of or have to cut off quickly, get rid of them. I just think that it's honestly just lazy. I really do think it's lazy. And yeah, good relationships and good understandings of people take time, take patience, especially in a roommate situation where you're both on the lease. Like, what the fuck do you do? I think the best way, the number one way, especially when you just feel burnt out, maybe you're spending too much time together, too much time around each other, you need to take some time apart. You do. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. You just need some time apart. You know what I mean? And you're like, Hannah, bitch, we live in the same goddamn apartment. How do I do that? It's okay to be like, hey, hi, casual, go straight to your room. Keep it chill, have your headphones on, cook dinner, make it clear, make it known that you're just kind of in your own world, in your own space, and still take time for yourself. Maybe you're out of the apartment more often, maybe you're going more places, maybe you're just doing whatever to put a bit of distance between you two, because it will make you realize maybe how surface level the problem was, how much you do actually care about them, or maybe how much you were just burnt out on, your social battery was drained and you just needed to recover yourself. I think taking time is important, and just taking space is necessary for any sort of relationship. It's so easy to get burnt out on people, especially when you're spending so much time together. And sure, sometimes you have those friends where it's like we can go months where every second we spend together. But naturally, it'll come to you one day where you're like, oh, okay, I need to rest and relax and go nonverbal for a couple days. It's very normal. It's very natural. So I say if you're having just small tiffs or little problems here and there, take some time, put some distance between it, and then casually come together again. Keep it chill. No need to fight. No need to argue. No need to like send that paragraph long text about how you hate they leave their dishes in the sink. Okay, sometimes that's necessary, but honestly, sometimes it's best to just take a break, take a pause, take a beat, step away for a second, get a new perspective, and then approach it in a more comfortable way. Oh my gosh, you guys, speaking about seasonal rituals, I totally forgot to talk about this. One big thing I do every season is I buy myself a new perfume, something that just I feel like encapsulates the energy of that season. I think perfumes can be pretty much very closely accompanied by like spell work, where it's like protection scents. You can look at what it is utilizing in it and what spiritually that carries, but in general I just love a new scent. Okay, this is a new like adult hobby of mine, is just collecting perfumes. And so the other day I've been getting ads, and listen, sometimes the ads work on me, sometimes they do. Also, I've been following Bella Hadid very closely for a long time, and she came out with her Orabella perfume line. And for a while I was like, some of the scents just don't sound good to me. But she came out with a new one, and I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to buy a perfume, I want to smell it. I want to smell it. I need to know what it smells like. I need to know before I buy. I'm just not going to order online. If I do order anything online, I'm ordering a sample size before I purchase $150 fucking perfume. You know what I mean? Like, perfumes are expensive. I want to make sure that I'm taking my time and really thinking through this purchase, not just surface level purchasing it. So I made my way to Ulta the other day. I made my way to test out the Orabella scents, and me and the girls in this Ulta were having a key, because I walked in and they're like, hey, can I help you? And like, I know it's their job, but like if there's something I'm actually looking for, I'll be like, hell yeah, girl, I'm looking for the Orabella perfume. She's like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, that's okay, whatever. So she's like, okay, well, let's keep walking around. Let's go look around, blah, blah, blah. She links up with the perfume girl. She's like, do we have Orabella? The perfume girl's like, I don't think so. I don't know what that is. We're looking around. She goes, oh, wait, is it this? They did have a case, but I guess it must be not so popular because she had no clue where it was. So she's pulling out the scents. We're spraying them on each other. We're like spraying them on the little thing and passing them back and forth and going, ooh, oh my God, this one's giving mermaid. This one smells like fall. Because I told them, like, I want like a grown woman fall scent. I want a grown women like warm, buttery, beautiful scent. And so we're passing them around. She's like, oh, I think this one would be perfect. This one would be perfect. I was in that Ulta for fucking 30 minutes. We were having a good time. But I ended up with a new perfume. And the girl was like, I can't believe I haven't heard of this, because she was like, look at all that oil. I learned a lot about perfumes while I was in there. She's like, look at all that oil in there. And I mean, it's a full ass, thick ass layer of oil. I just shook it up because you're supposed to. She's like, she loves us. She's given us an oil-based perfume. She loves us. I was like, what do you mean she loves us? Like, is oil good? I don't know. Is it like a filler? Is it bad? She's like, no, a lot of perfumes are alcohol based. That's what they use to bind. So when you spray it on, it has that alcohol scent sometimes. And sometimes the alcohol ones don't last as long because it wears off. It's not going to absorb into your skin. It's just going to wear off. So this one's oil based, and I'm talking a lot of oil in here. So when you spray it on, it almost massages in like a lotion, and then it lasts so much longer. But I ended up buying the Blooming Fire by Orabella. Also, how gorgeous is this packaging? And look at how much is in here. You would think this is $250. Perfumes are fucking expensive. This is not sponsored. I'm just impressed, genuinely. This was like, I think like $85 or something. After tax, maybe $100. So cheap for how much perfume you're getting and how long it lasts. But you guys, this perfume, it reminds me almost of the Burberry Goddess, but it's a little bit warmer, more ambery, has some scents and notes of like wood and also like floral undertones. Oh my God, it is so sexy, so grown woman, exactly what I needed, and I'm so excited to wear it all fall. I love a new scent. I do. I think it's a great way to commemorate an era, to commemorate memories. Like, you know, when you're walking on the street and you get like a random whiff of a candle that burned in your house one time when you were 8 years old, and immediately you are 3 feet tall and 65 pounds and you're that 8-year-old standing in that old childhood home again. Like, it is so visceral. I'm trying to keep that kind of momentum in my life by commemorating memories with scents. And so I'm so excited to commemorate this fall with Orabella. I'm genuinely very impressed by this. That's why I'm sharing. And you know, girls, I love putting you onto my girl tips. Oh, also girl tips. Okay, first of all, love this perfume. Second of all, girl tips. I've been talking about the Veet the hair removal cream, I wanted to do it almost like 2 or 3 times before I gave you a full breakdown. You guys, I do not think I'm going to be using Veet anymore. It was pretty good for a while, but I don't think it got as deep in. Maybe it wasn't leaving on as long as I should have, but I feel like my hair grew back faster. And also, I don't think I'm supposed to put it like on my pussy or my asshole, but I did. So sorry for the TMI. And I broke out, not like on my lips, my lippies, but on the cheeks. I broke out into like a rash on my cheeks. Literally, I was like, I grabbed my boyfriend. I rarely do this, but I grabbed my boyfriend. I was like, come here. I need you to look at this. Like, is it as bad as I'm feeling? Because like, it just felt a bunch of bumps. I think it was because I was wearing really tight jeans and it was rubbing up and down on it. But he was like, what the fuck happened? Like, what did you sit on? I was like, I don't know. I think it was the Veet. So the Veet is out. African net sponge still in. I love it. My body is so smooth, especially dry brush, get in the shower, and then African net sponge. Oh my God. Silky smooth. But I think I'm going to stick to shaving just because it's so much easier and I'm so used to doing it. But sometimes we win some, sometimes we lose some. Someone asked, who is your favorite creator right now? I don't know. I don't talk a lot about creators that I'm enjoying, and I should probably do that more often because I do engage. I watch a lot of content. I'm not going to lie. I mean, as a creator, you also have to consume a little bit. And right now, honestly, my favorite creator is Ayana on TikTok. The girl who wears like the Meta glasses and walks around to go to like food spots. She's just so authentically herself. And also she makes me so hungry. But you guys, I was cracking up. Me and my boyfriend sat down for like 10 minutes the other day watching this TikTok. I was like, you have to watch this. It's so fucking funny. But she went to like 2 taco stands and then compared them and then went back the next day and made them eat each other's tacos like in front of each other and rate them. I was dying. She do not give a fuck. She does not. It is her world and we truly are living in it. So if you need some laughs, girl, I love Ayana. Oh, someone asked, hey sweetheart, what do I do if it hurts when my boyfriend is going in with his mouth or fingers? Love you. I know it's called munching, but do not use teeth. That's all I know. Anyways, a big thing about sex is communication. A big thing about I don't know why it's not taught to us. Girl, rule number 1 of sex: communicate. We are not subconscious animals. We are not spiritually connected in that sort of way where we can communicate through thoughts. So you need to use your words and speak up sometimes. And this is no hate to you. It's more hate on the system for not teaching us these things. But like, if something doesn't feel good, it's okay to speak up. Now, I don't think you should look down at your man while he's in between your legs and make eye contact with him and go, that doesn't feel good, because girl, he's gonna get scared. So I do think there are gentler ways to go about this where, maybe you're more encouraging or maybe it's a little more sexy so he gets into it. But I would just be like, oh my gosh, whoa, slow down. Like, oh my God, like slow down a little bit. Like, I just want to sit back and enjoy it. Like, go slow. You can tell him to you can literally instruct him. And I think just like one time, taking your time to have him slow down, to instruct him, oh my gosh, circle your tongue here. Oh my gosh, like maybe just don't use as many fingers or move slower. Like, little tips and tricks there with reinforcement of like, oh my God, that feels good, or moaning or things like that. You do that one time, he will eat your pussy the best he's ever eaten it for the rest of your life. Truly. It takes one coaching session for him to be like, okay, I get it, go crazy. Because like, and I hate to say it, not that I think he's like a problem, but like, we've all watched porn at some point in times. We've all seen it. And unfortunately, in this day and age, people usually learn their sexual tips and tricks either from hookups or porn. And in porn, like when men are eating box, it's like the most aggressive, like like head shaking like insane. I'm like, oh my god, she's sensitive. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So he thinks he's doing something right, but in reality, it's like, we're not putting on a performance. I need this to feel good. So like, slow it down. Slow it down. You're in control. Maybe you don't want to be in control, and that's okay. In the future, you won't be in control. But for this one moment, you need to slow it down, talk him through it. That feels good. Lick here, touch here, make him pull away for a second, catch your breath, go back to it, you know? And I think that will make everything better for you. But yeah, sometimes you got to slow down, communicate with your partner. And if you're not having a good time, tell him what to do. Tell him what to do. Everybody can learn. Everybody can learn. Sometimes it just takes some practice. Books you'd recommend, favorite audiobooks. If you need a good book, please read Braiding Sweetgrass. It was my book club book of the month on the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshawty, for August. And I think the book club book of the month for September, I'm still deciding. I don't know if I want to get spooky quite yet, but I think I'm going to read East of Eden. Who knows? Maybe that'll be a good spring book next year. If you need a good audiobook, something to provide hope, inspiration, especially right now, Braiding Sweetgrass, 10s across the board. So far, I think it's been my favorite read of the entire year. How to romanticize life more. In my head, you are like a fairy just having the most whimsical time. I am. I definitely am a fairy just having the most whimsical time, but also like, I'm human. You know, I'm as human as you are. I'm doing the same things you are. I'm cleaning my house the same way you are. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm plucking out that ingrown hair. Like, it's not all beautiful, rainbow, sunshine, amazing. I'm paying bills, you know, I'm paying taxes. I'm doing all the adult things that you're doing that maybe don't seem so glamorous, but I'm trying to always find the glamour in it all. Whether it's like planning really delicious meals and physically stepping into the grocery store to take my time to shop around. You know what? This is something I'm having a big issue with right now, which is like the ease of things. I kind of went on a little bit of a binge at the end of the month where I was like, okay, DoorDash, okay, Amazon, okay, this, okay, that. Things that are quickly, directly dropped at your front door. You don't have to think about it, whether it's grocery shopping, you know, grocery pickup, things that are making your life easier. We've been fed this idea that these make our lives easier. You don't have to do it. You know, someone else will do it for you. And then you have more time to create, to do all these things. That's just not in reality what's happening. We just aren't living our lives. What makes life so interesting is those small interactions you have at the grocery store, debating between this carrot or this carrot, seeing a really good bunch of crispy apples and deciding to buy them on a whim, picking out the best cut of meat that you've been looking at, a really good loaf of bread, taking your time walking down the aisles, talking to the cashier. Literally, it's like, yeah, I could have ordered my perfume online, but I wouldn't have had that experience at the Ulta, kikiing with the girls, going over all the scents, sitting there smelling them for 30 minutes. Like, that is what life is about. This idea that life's supposed to be easy, you know, you're supposed to take the easy route, is actually making our lives very mundane and boring. Because at the end of that little like delivered to my front door binge, I was like, holy shit, I haven't been outside in forever, and I feel like I've been cooped up inside and that I haven't been living life. It's because I haven't been going out. Sure, grocery shopping, not the most fun, especially after a work day, but sometimes you do have those small little interactions, or are able to pick up a chocolate at the checkout aisle that does bring a teeny tiny bit of whimsy to your life that makes it worth living. That is what it's about. It really is. Taking time to pause on your drive to observe a beautiful view. If you see a tree, to snap a picture of it if it looks gorgeous because the leaves are changing all of a sudden. To watch that butterfly flutter by. To pause, to take time to observe, to enjoy, to appreciate. That is what life is about. And sometimes it does get fast paced. Sometimes it does feel like, oh my God, I'm just waking up, going to work, going to bed, waking up, going to work, going to bed. So what little things can you incorporate in your life that are beautiful? Sometimes it really is just like the scent of the pot of coffee I'm making in the morning. It's like, that is so visceral, but it makes me so happy. Just my whole house filling up with the scent of black coffee brewing in the morning, the sound of it bubbling. Like, it is the little things that I'm like, this is what life is about, you know? What appeals to our senses? senses, what appeals to our heart, what appeals to our mind. And yeah, sometimes time does blend together, but you can always budget out like 5-10 minutes. I really haven't finished a lot of books in my early adulthood. I've been like picking them up, reading a little bit, putting them down. But recently I've been finishing books because I've decided to budget out 5 minutes when I'm cooking dinner, where it's like, okay, pour myself a glass of wine, drink the wine, prep the dinner while it's simmering on the stove. I then go outside with my glass of wine. I read for 5 minutes while I'm waiting for it to cook. And then usually it lasts longer than 5 minutes because dinner's taking longer or whatever, or the book's really good. All of a sudden I'm all done with it. It really is just budgeting that little time, budgeting those romanticization moments, taking the time to go out and do these things. Even if you feel like you don't have the time, creating it anyways. That is how you romanticize your life. Doing it for the sake of doing it, Uh-oh. Girl code alert. My friends and family hate my boyfriend, but we're trying to work things out. Thoughts? Get rid of the boyfriend immediately. Get rid of him. They hate him for a reason. You're blinded. You are blind. But you keep people around you who keep you in check. Your friends, your family. These are people who will speak up for you when you're too afraid to speak up for yourself. These are people who see you for who you are, the wonderful, beautiful, amazing person that you are, and know what you deserve, okay? They are almost like, they're like the judge and jury for your life. And this is why I think keeping good friends around you, or just like good family. And when I say family, I do mean chosen family as well. Just like a good group of people around you who have your best intentions, who know you fully for who you are and want the best for you. Because when they speak up and they say, this isn't right, you need to listen to them. You do. You really need to listen to them because they're saying it for a reason. These people, especially if you keep good people around you, these aren't people who are plotting on your downfall, who are sending you evil eye, who are trying to make your life worse. No, they want your life better. They see you for who you are and know what you deserve, and they know what you need. And if they are brave enough to say, this isn't it, he's not the one, he's not good to you, he's mean to you, he's making your life worse, he's just not the person for you, you need to listen to that. You do. They're saying it for a reason. And I think in relationships too, another relationship pet peeve, not in like just any sort of interpersonal relationship. We talked about this in the Patreon episode. If you ever want to hear more from me, we do a Patreon, honestly, like almost 2-hour long episode every week on Thursdays where I answer every single one of your questions. And we talked about how I think people nowadays are afraid of conflict. We're afraid of like arguing with each other or, working through problems together. We try and avoid conflict so much that sometimes we just like avoid people in general. When in reality, I think conflict can make relationships stronger. And this is one of this like bonding conflict in friendships where it's like, if they don't like your boyfriend, they'll tell you it. And it's not because they don't want you to be happy or, they're afraid of you not liking them or whatever. It's like they know that conflict is a part of relationships. And yeah, you're not going to like hearing that they don't like your boyfriend. But sometimes things need to be said. Sometimes hard conversations need to be had. And in turn, that is dedication to the other person. I'm willing to have this hard conversation with you because I love you. I'm willing to work through this problem because I love you. I'm willing to say the hard thing because I love you. I mean, that's not an excuse to be mean. Like I had a boyfriend who was like, I say everything on my mind because, I just shouldn't ever lie to you. It's okay. Well, don't look at me in the face and say I'm ugly and fat. Like that's crazy, 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 crazy. That's not the conflict I'm talking about. That's bad. That's evil. That's horrible. That's awful. I'm talking conflict where, like this situation where it's like, I love you and I know you deserve better and I know you love this person, but I need to tell you straight up to your face that it's not the right person for you. That is the kind of conflict that you will find in healthy, real relationships and friendships. Those are the friendships and relationships that you need to hold on to and listen to because they are brave enough to stand up for you, period. So I think you need to leave the boyfriend. I do. I think you need to leave him. My outfit is fully giving Little Ho on the Prairie. It really is, you guys. I am serving the sluttiest girl at the farm. That's the energy this dress is giving. I do love it though. Sounded easiest to just throw a dress on today. How to make an apartment feel like home without spending a bunch of money. 2 big tips. Number 1, art. Art is very underrated. I love art. I love just like random pieces of art. As you can see, not pointing the right direction. Like random frames here, random books, random pictures, anything like that. art is big. You can create the art. You can get like cheap old pictures and just paint over them and create them. I have like a 5 foot by 4 foot canvas in my living room that was an old family photo of my families. And my mom's like, I know you probably want this canvas, but like we took new family photos or whatever. So I painted over it white, and then I painted over it fuchsia pink. And it's just like a great big piece of abstract art in my living room. I've been looking at my bedroom for a while, and I'm like, it's missing something. It's missing something. Art. That's what it's missing. It feels empty. It feels quiet. I love art. I love any piece of art. And the best place to get art, as thrift stores. Any place you want to go that, you know, has art for sale for your house. Like I'm thinking like Marshalls or Hobby Lobby or things like that, even Target. The art's going to be shitty and it's going to be expensive. It's not worth it at all. Go to the thrift store. Go to the thrift store, buy that random picture. Oh, you hate the picture, but you love the frame? Cool. You can paint over the picture. You can print off a poster at Office Max or whatever for like $5. Throw that inside of the frame. But the thrift store is where you're probably going to get most of your favorite things for your house for cheap. That and Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is a different story because it is expensive, but you have to haggle. You have to, I know that's listed for $2,000, but girl, I got 20. What are we gonna, let's haggle a little bit, you know, let's barter. Maybe I'll bake you a sourdough loaf of bread for $100 off. Like, I don't know. Trade and barter, always. But personally, I do think, especially for just like making a house feel homey, which is through small things, you know, especially art, knickknacks, plants. The thrift store is the place to be. Plants are one thing. Get a pothos. It'll give you 1,000,000 plants. You buy one pothos, you have 1,000, 100%. Buy the pots at the thrift store, you know, hit the thrift store every once in a while, get a couple pots, plant them there, get some artwork, get some frames, get some knickknacks, get some like vintage ashtrays. I'm like looking at what I have around me. Oh, we thrifted like a Gundam figurine and put it together. That's up. I have like some quilted things I have framed and up. Candles are a great way. I have like little ceramic angels and vases, Playboy magazines. A lot of it is also like things you can pick up and touch and use, like Playboy magazines, old books, big coffee table books. I love a big coffee table book, especially for just like flipping through. Games, just little things, you know what I mean? But truly, honestly, the best way to build that in your house for cheap is through the thrift store. I know people love Facebook Marketplace, but my God, the prices on there, outrageous. Oh, people have asked me where I got this chair from though, and this is from Facebook Marketplace. I know they probably found it at like thrift store and then upped the price, but this chair, I think she listed it for $120 and I paid $80 and I negotiated that they'd come drop it off for me, and I think she sent her husband, and her husband dropped it off in a truck, and it was like me and my friend here, so we were like trying to get it inside, and he was like, girls, put that down, like I'm carrying it upstairs for you. So for $80 it dropped off and carried up 3 flights of stairs for me. Period. You got to negotiate, girls, especially if you're going to get a deal on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, go to the thrift store, look at what calls to you, and incorporate it. Aw, someone asked, how did you change your mindset to start living a life of your dreams? This is an interesting one because I think sometimes the answer is so easy. It's just hard to grasp, you know, or it's hard to maybe take that first step where it truly is just like, you can't hold yourself back. You cannot hold yourself back. You really can't. I mean, you need to build yourself up in a way where it's like, I have a good head on my shoulders. I trust myself. I believe in myself. I know who I am, but I want to get out there and live life. So I need to start creating opportunities for myself. I need to stop saying no to myself. I need to start saying yes to myself. Oh, it could be so simple. Oh, you want to be the girl who drinks black coffee in the morning? Okay, start making black coffee. Oh, you want to be the girl who dresses this way? Okay, start trying it. If you don't like something, that's how you learn who you are. So who cares if you don't like it? Go try. Oh, you want to be the girl who rides horses? Go take horseback riding lessons. What do you have to lose? Oh, you want to be the girl who travels to this place? Go travel to that place. Oh, you want to be the girl who goes on 9-mile hikes? Go start practicing moving around, walking. Go on that hike. Plan that trip. Sure, sometimes, you know, things get in the way. Adult things, money, jobs, all that jazz. But there are always workarounds, okay? Sometimes it's like, oh, I want to be the girl who goes to Italy. Guess what? Maybe you can't go to Italy next week, but maybe you can plan a year in advance. Oh, I have 1 week of time off. Use that for vacation time. Plan ahead. Book that airline ahead of time so then you're able to save money. Book that hotel ahead of time so you're able to save money. Slowly pay it off. Slowly build up your savings account. There are workarounds where you're able to plan ahead, and I knew this growing up because my parents did so. Did we have the most extravagant life as children? No, we did not. We never went out to eat growing up. We never went out to eat. Oh, it's your birthday? Congratulations. What do you want mom to cook you? Like, that is what we did. Oh, birthday cake? It's homemade at home because it's cheaper to buy a box cake than it is to buy a real cake. Oh, you want to throw a birthday party with your friends? Cool. It's a sleepover. Like, we did not have extravagant childhoods, but we did always have time and money for sports, for hobbies, for activities. We always went on like a family trip in the summer, and sometimes it takes like cutting corners or like saving money here, not going out to eat all the time, like really focusing on what drives us, what makes us passionate, having money for those art lessons, having money for that soccer practice. So then you're able to live your life in accordance for what you want to do. Growing up like that really taught me that it takes self-discipline and understanding in yourself to create those opportunities for yourself, to create those hobbies or those travels, but it is always so worth it because some of my favorite memories growing up aren't going out to eat. Some of my favorite memories are, those home cooked meals that I had as a kid, always eating fettuccine for my birthday, being able to go to soccer practice, being able to play piano, being able to go to Yellowstone with my family one summer, like it really is the patience and understanding that you put in yourself that will eventually pay off. And yeah, I'm an influencer or whatever, but I don't have daddy's credit card. I can't be blasting around on jets and planes constantly, but I will always look for the next opportunity to live. Forever. I will always be searching for that. I will always be creating new ideas for myself, new hobbies, new activities, because I know that's what makes life so interesting and what drives that passion for life. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to travel every single fucking week, like I said, but I will have that big trip that I'm looking forward to. Like Japan's coming up for me. This is a big one. This is the first time I've traveled internationally. That's not just like Mexico. When did I start planning Japan? In January. Yeah, like a long time ago, but I planned ahead. I pinched pennies. I saved money here. I saved money there. I bought tickets early so we didn't spend so much fucking money on plane tickets because my God, are they expensive. We didn't pick the most grand hotel in the world. It's going to be a fairly cheap hotel, but it's in a good area and we're going to be able to get around anyways. And the hotel, in my opinion, if I'm not going for a relaxing vacation, doesn't matter because I'm going to be outside 24/7 anyways. Does it have a toilet and a bed? I'm happy. And I really think the only mindset change I had to start doing these things was not telling myself no. Oh, you want to do that? Let's do it, girl. Oh, you want to plan that trip? Let's plan it. Oh, you want to go to this place? Let's fucking go. Oh, you want to take this class? Fuck it. Let's figure it out. Stop eating out. Stop doing this. Stop impulse purchasing online. If you want to spend so much money on a trip, save it up. But I stopped telling myself no. No, you can't do that. No, you can't be that girl. No, you'll never be able to do that. Because if you tell yourself that, guess what? She's so right. You won't be able to do those things at all. But if you tell yourself yes, delusionally so sometimes, you'd be surprised what you can create for yourself. You'd be surprised what you're able to accomplish in this lifetime. So yes to you, yes to everything, yes to that dream life. It'll be yours, I promise. Anyways, with that being said, I hope this was the dose of inspiration you all needed in your life. Next episode's going to be a little bit silly, I'm not going to lie. I'm filming early, so the questionnaire, keep in mind, the questionnaire for the podcast is going up early. It is going up this Friday because I'm going out of town to see my family in Omaha. I'm going to go hang out with my niece and nephew. Oh my God, they're getting so big. They're speaking full sentences. Kids growing up is crazy because I'll see them and then a month goes by and then they're literally speaking full sentences at me and I'm like, when the fuck did you learn how to speak? This is crazy. Anyways, love them endlessly, but we're going to be spending the weekend up there. And I usually film on Mondays, which we'll be traveling on. So I'm filming early on Saturday, and I'm actually filming a Saturday night, so it's going to be a wine episode. I'm getting drunk on the podcast. Yes, 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 for the first time ever. So submit your craziest questions, your craziest things that you've been like, I want to ask her, but I'm too afraid to ask. Like, oh my God, is this taboo? Is this wild? Girl, I'm going to be white wine drunk. We can talk about anything. I'm not even fucking kidding. You want to know the color of my asshole? I will tell you, like, genuinely. But that being said, questionnaire will go up early. So follow me on Instagram if you want to submit there at Hannah Marlene. Some of you guys are so cute. You're like, I created an Instagram just to submit this question. That is very sweet. But also if you want to email me, or if you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, you can always comment it in the comments if you feel, comfortable there. It'll get to me one way or another. Don't even worry. But yes, that's going up early. If you want to see what I'm up to, many recipe cooking videos, things coming up like that at Hannah Marlene. Extra episode every single week on the Patreon, patreon.com/smokeseshshotty. We have so much fun over there, especially with it being the beginning of a new month. September. We have a tarot reading coming out. We have a new book club book of the month. I have a fall mood board coming out, and also how I make mood boards. I'm going to be uploading more vlogs, things like that. So come join. We have so much fun. Seriously, I love my Patreon girlies. They are who keep this podcast running. So everybody say thank you, Patreon girlies, because wow, love you endlessly. And yeah, with that being said, stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.